Ms. Irene Kui.
Question 15, please.
Mr. Speaker, to be accredited as specialists who can perform higher risk and specialized procedures, doctors trained in Singapore must complete local postgraduate specialty training that includes workplace-based and clinical knowledge-based assessments. The training and assessments are overseen by the Specialist Accreditation Board, or SAB, and are designed to ensure that the doctors acquire the required levels of clinical competencies in these specialized procedures. Overseas trained doctors can apply for medical registration and specialist accreditation in Singapore. They have to submit their educational qualifications, training, and employment history for review by the Singapore Medical Council and SAB. The SAB will then ascertain if the doctors have the requisite clinical competence to perform the range of procedures deemed equivalent to those performed by locally trained specialists. The Ministry of Health also imposes additional requirements for specific specialized procedures or services with higher risk. Examples include transplants, assisted reproduction, and renal dialysis services. Doctors who wish to provide these specific specialized procedures or services are required to have the appropriate qualifications and have to apply to MOH for authorization before performing these procedures or services. In addition, licensed hospitals are also required to put in place a clinical privileging system that grants their doctors the appropriate scope of practice commensurate with their areas of competence. The hospitals must ensure that each doctor, granted the appropriate clinical privileges, practices within the approved scope and remains up to date with practice. Hospitals also establish quality assurance committees to monitor and evaluate the safety and quality of the practices, procedures, and services. MOH inspects hospital licensees periodically to assess that these regulatory requirements are met.